welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Charlotte, and today's YouTube video, oh, you can't actually see this, but you always know it's a Krista and Becca Richie YouTube video when I'm wearing Marvel merch. I have to readjust my camera. Is this better? Yes, it is. So I'm Charlotte. Hi guys! And I have a little series review for you. And now don't get me wrong, because I haven't completely finished this series yet. Actually, I'm nowhere close to finishing it. But I did want to do a review to the first like 3 or 4 books of this series and then just kind of go from there, because this is a very big series and I don't want to review each and every single book singularly, but I also don't want to just review the whole series at the end, because then I'll feel like I won't do it justice. So if you haven't guessed it yet, this is to the Like Us series by Krista and Becca Richie. Now, how do I start this? So if you know me, you know that I'm a huge fan of the Addicted/Calloway Sister series, and that is actually one of my all-time favorite series, and nothing will ever like reach that like high of a podest in my life. I'm joking, but not really. No, but I actually just love Krista and Becca Richie's writing. So my my reading goal for 2022 is actually to read each and every single book they have written. And with that, I mean the Circus Family books, the Whatever It Takes books, which I own both of them. Then the Cursed Town book, no, the Love and Other Cursed Things book that is coming out soon. And of course, finish the Addicted. Not the Addicted series, I finished that, but the Like Us series. So if you're now really confused, the Like Us series basically follows the children of the Addicted series. So as we know, Connor and Rose, Lo and Lily, Ryke and Daisy, they all have kids, and this is basically their books. So I've heard this, and that Krista and Becca Richie said this on their Patreon. I heard that the Like Us series stops with the Donnelly books, if you're not really confused with the Luna and the Donnelly book. So those are 3 books, and then I think the Kobolds are gonna get their spin-off series, so that's gonna be really cool because they are like 100 kids. I really hope though that also the Hales get a book, each and every single one of them, because oh my god. So basically the first 3 books in the series, to actually get to the point, the series starts with Damaged Like Us, Lovers Like Us, and Alphas Like Us. And basically these are bodyguard romance books. So basically Damaged Like Us follows Maximoff and his bodyguard Pharaoh. Basically how Maximoff gets a new bodyguard assigned, and he's like, I don't want a new bodyguard. And then it's Pharaoh, his childhood crush, and he's like, shit. And he's openly bisexual, and I really liked how like sexuality wasn't a big thing in this book. It was just like, yeah, you're bi, cool. You're gay, cool. You're a lesbian, nice. So no one really cared, and I really like that here. And this basically follows Maximoff and his bodyguard Pharaoh. How like Maximoff is like, I can't take my bodyguard because that's just wrong ethically, and Pharaoh's like, I don't want to get fired, but I also don't really care. He's attractive. I would go for him. Ha! And as you know, Maximoff is named after the Marvel character Quicksilver, an X-Men character. I actually have a t-shirt with him on it. But yes, so that's really cool. Maximoff is such a cool character. He's like he reminded me of one of my brothers who's like very straight-laced, like, I must protect everybody here. So I really like this book. And then we have their second book, which is Lovers Like Us, where they go on a tour with a tour bus, which was really fun. And then we have Alphas Like Us. So the thing with these books are that these were actually for this series, it actually has like book 1, book 2, book 3, and you actually have to read each and every single book. So you can't just pick up, I don't know, Jane's story. You actually have to read Maximoff's stories before you read Jane's stories. What I found was better, because like they didn't do that with the Addicted/Calloway Sister series, and I think a lot of people were really confused. So this was really good. good marketing thing with putting which book is which on the bottom. Also, I hate these covers. Can we just why are there? Why? But you know, these half-naked men. I mean, he's attractive, but like, did I really have to have this on a book cover? I think this is the same guy on the other book cover, but never mind. I just hate people on covers, so that's a me thing. This is Maximoff's story, and the thing with this book is I'm drifting off. This video is all over the place. I'm really sorry for this. But the thing with these books is that the there's a lot of focus on like the side characters to build up their stories. But Krista and Becca Richie are the only authors I've like read that can do this really well. So for me, for the 4 books out of the series that I've read, it has always been not too much, like a nice build up to the actual characters, which stories will follow after this, but not too much. So I really enjoyed these 3 books. Now, you can't compare this to the Addicted / Cowboy Sister series because you just can't. Like, it's literally, you can't compare them. Like, I was reading this, like, looking for similarities, like, oh my god, but you just can't. It's really cool because you meet the, like, OGs in this book. So you have, like, Lauren Hale, you have Connor, you have all of them in here. And I really like that, but you literally cannot compare them because these are, like, individual books and they have nothing to do with the OGs. So go in here blind. That's what I recommend. And then we have the 4th book, which is basically Like Us. And I just finished this yesterday night, and I think I gave all of these 4.5 stars, and this I gave 5 stars. This was such a good book. Oh my god. This was like one of the best romances I have ever read, and I'm not backing down from that stand because this was a really, really good book, and I really, really, really enjoyed this one. I can't wait to read her 2nd book, but I don't own that, so it's on my Amazon wish list, which is linked down below. I have birthdays soon. Okay, I'm gonna stop. But this was a really good book, and I liked how this relationship was teased in this book, and also how there was like conflict interests, and how basically the partner in this book, the love interest in this book, and the love interest in this book were like enemies, and it was just a great build up, and I really, really enjoyed this book. Also, the kobolds, they're always going to be superior. I don't really know. Also, I really, 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 really want a Charlie and Beckett story, like Charlie's story and then Beckett's story. And but I already had this in this book. I need Xander Hale's story because I feel like I would be really good friends with him in real life. Yeah. I don't know, like, I just feel we would be really good friends. I could play Warhammer with him. I feel like he would be into Warhammer if you're now really confused. Hi, I have 4 older brothers. That is a side product of having 4 older brothers. He speaks Elfish, also very, very cool. I don't speak Elfish, but I think I would learn for him. So, Krista and Becca Richie, if you're watching this, please make a Xander Hale story. That would be very much appreciated. Thank you. But these books they're just really, really good. I heard that people didn't like the Sully books because that is when 3 people love each other. I forgot what that was called. And because like Akara and Sully are teased throughout these 2 books, and then Banks just kind of appears in this book. But I think because I know that they're going to be 3 in like 3 people that love each other, I think it's going to be okay for me. I'm not going to quote this too early. This is the first part of the series. I'm definitely going to do a part 2 once I've read the rest of the series. I really, really recommend this. If you haven't read this yet, read the Addicted / Cowboy Sister series, then come back and read these. I know these are like 100 books, but this is a universe that I flee to when I feel like it. Like, seriously, this is a universe I always come back to. I love this universe so much. These characters make me smile, laugh, and cry, and I've never like actually fevered with characters as much as I did with these. And I just don't know what it is. The writing of these books are amazing. The way that these these authors can take you on a journey, it's just really, really great. So big, 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 big props to the authors. And if you haven't read this series yet, definitely do so. I would recommend reading the Addicted series first. You don't have to if you really want to just read this series. I bet you can, but I would definitely recommend reading the Addicted series. And if you have read the Addicted series and you're not quite sure if you should read this series, I would highly recommend you read the series. You can't compare it to the Addicted series in any way, shape, or form, but it's its own beauty and it's its own like magical world, and I personally really enjoy it. So this was a very chaotic video, but one I really wanted to do because, well, stuff is gonna get really confusing. And so I said I'm gonna do a part 1 and a part 2 of this like series review. So this was part 1 of the series. Is it worth the hype is actually the thing, and it definitely is. I don't know, it took me a while. Like, I really like the first book, the second book, I also really like the third book. I was like is this necessary? Because I really wanted to get to Jane's story, but it really was. It's definitely worth the hype. If you've seen all the hype around the Addicted series, then yes. And if you've read the Addicted series, read this, guys. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Come on. Give it your best. I love this series very much, and I can't wait to read Sinful Like Us, which continues this series. That was it for today's YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys very, very soon in my next YouTube video. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, check it out. Stick around. I'm usually more planned. This video wasn't planned because I just finished another video and I had the books, like my bookshelf, and I saw the books full, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this video now, because after I read the book that I'm currently reading on my Kindle, I'm gonna read the Whatever It Takes series, and then I'm gonna do a whole video to that as well. So I thought this was kind of a fun thing to do. Without further ado, that was it for today's YouTube video. Stay happy, healthy, positive, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye! All my links are down below, as is my Amazon wishlist. I'm turning 20 soon, guys, on the 16th of January. I'm very excited. I don't really know what to expect, because sometimes I'm like, I'm just 20, and I'm like, I feel like I'm mid-30s. That's kind of a joke, but not always. But yeah, I'm getting old, slowly but steady. And yeah, I don't know why I said that, but I love you guys very much.